Okay, before we get started, if you haven't seen part 1 of my Division Strat Roulette series, then I'll pop a link down in the description below so you guys can have somewhat of an idea of what I'm about to talk about. Now, as everybody knows, the Division has gone through some serious changes since its release 2 years ago. When the game first released, there was bugger all in terms of end game content. There was just mission after mission after mission where people would literally farm for hours trying to get those mid-max builds, or they would sit at a crafting station for hours doing the exact same sort of thing, constantly crafting, and it was just the same stuff day in day out. Farm, craft, farm, craft. Now, in saying that, they have added quite a few new game modes. They've added, you know, skirmish, last stand, survival, and resistance, or the horde mode. I don't really know what it's called. I don't really bother with it, to be honest. But in saying all of that, right, the main issue for me at the moment with this game is the fact that there isn't much in terms of really good, fun ways to play the game. It is, as always, the same thing day in, day out. Play resistance, you know, boom. You'd get your flipping thing in, and that would be the end of it. There would be no realistic term to play the game seriously or fun, in my opinion. So, in saying that, what we've decided to do, as in me and my group, we've decided to add a little bit of spice to PvE and PvP content in the game, in terms of taking other games' content, like Strat Roulette, from the Division, well, not from the Division, from Rainbow Six and PUBG, and add it to the Division. Which, in my opinion, is quite interesting. I've not seen many people do it. I've not seen, you know, many people try it at all. So, I mean, it was an interesting concept. So, what I'm going to talk about today is, you know, why we're doing it, how we're setting it up, and basically how the rules pan out for us to do so. So to begin on why we're doing it, you know, as I've said, the game's lacking in some content at the moment. And personally, what I think needs to happen is this game needs a serious content overhaul. It really does. I mean, they've added quite a bit so far. They need to keep adding it. They realistically need to keep adding that content over and over and over. If it's weekly content, or even as they're doing at the moment with the monthly content, you know, it's something. But as I've said with the global events in the previous video, which I'll also link down in the description below, it's lackluster. The gear sets are adding, you know, more often or not. The global events have added other OP gear sets and some lacking gear sets. You know, so it's just a matter of when they're adding it and how they're adding it. So, Strat Roulette, to go over quickly with the rules. What you need to do is, as you would do on Rainbow or PUBG, quite simple, get those rules written down on some paper. Then what the leader needs to do is select the rules for everybody. So, for instance, in going back to my Strat Roulette video for part 1 of the series, I picked the rules for everybody out of the box of the rules I wrote down. So for instance, I picked Skill Bash for both Kieran and Jazz at random. The random part is an absolute necessity for this to work properly, and I randomly chose Defense Bash, which means that all I could do was bash the NPCs or use my skills with bashing them. That's it. That's all I could do. I couldn't shoot. Couldn't, you know, do anything like that. No bullets were included at all. So it was quite an interestingly different way to play the game. But the important thing is, for me, that it added something completely different to play the content. So what you can expect from the series, guys, is quite simple. We're going to be playing through the Division PvE and PvP content to amplify it, basically, our way. The fun way that we decided to do it nothing else. That's it. Quite literally our way of playing the game. Just look at that scoreboard for a second. Proud of it. Anyway, that's how we're doing it now. We're going to be releasing this series, at least a video every day, every 2 days, to show you guys that this game can be played in multiple different ways. Okay, so remember, if you like the videos, like the videos. If you like the content that I'm producing, pop a comment down, share the video, or subscribe to the channel. Either way, guys, as always, it's been Red Dawn, and I'll see you in a bit.